Hello, it's me again, Morbid Sleep.
Old man told me of a lake that no one knows. Oh.
Last time we talked about Emperor, especially Ishan and Samoth. In this section, I thought I might go more underground and more western, respectively. Jarnvidr is an explicitly pagan two-man raw black metal band from France. Vocalist and bassist Algenac has two other pagan musical projects, Loup Noir and Asphodel. But being not as popular as Samoth or Isan, it is impossible for me to find out his personal beliefs with any reliability. However, in an interview with Occult Black Metal Zine, he says, "My lyrics talk about pagan topics, particularly links between paganism and our country, Normandy, and its history. Our traditions come from Northmen. I want to affirm my opposition to monotheism and to Christianity through these topics. I have in fact requested to interview Algenac myself, but as Jarnvidr is not very well known or influential, I am not invested in deep research of him or Jarnvidr for this particular video."
Si Algenac m'écoute maintenant, salut Algenac, je veux parler avec vous sur le sujet de paganisme et black metal. Je vous promis que je vais acheter passer des temps, si je peux poser des questions.
But I mean, it's not like I need to be convinced. He says his band is pagan, and so I have no reason to doubt that. Moving west to a more famous band, let's talk Agalloch. Agalloch. Though some of you might disagree that Agalloch belongs in a discussion about black metal, I'm ready to fight you. Come get me. I live at in and I sleep with the door unlocked. I'll kick your ass, you argumentative little shit. Agalloch was formed in 1995 in Oregon, and is generally described as blackened neofolk. I see it as the natural bridge from black metal to more openly ancient metal genres, like neofolk. I don't know if you can hear that, that's like my washing machine draining. If you envision, for a moment, my whole conspiracy theory like stepping stones. You start at Emperor, then move on to Burzum, and then Agalloch, and then Wardruna. In an interview, John Haughm, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm gonna go with Haughm. John Haughm. John Haughm had this to say about heathen influence in his music and life. "Heathenism is a positive influence for me. Odin is a role model. It is a state of mind that helps me make better decisions for myself and my environment. Pagan bands who use paganism in an unserious way are as much garbage to me as any other unserious band. I wish this jolly, happy power folk metal trend would go the fuck away." He adds that the Pacific Northwest is, of course, home to the Cascadian black and doom metal scene, which I think is a good place to look at natural and heathen influence on black metal as it evolved. I have a theory that one's natural surroundings can end up heavily influencing the type of music a person creates. And I think especially Canada and parts of the United States share a lot of climate and environmental traits with Scandinavia and Germanic Europe. In this respect, I think it is easy for especially the Pacific Northwest to relate to Germanic neo-paganism, since in that corner of the continent, nature is ever-present and seemingly all-powerful. From gigantic old-growth evergreen forests to the unforgiving gray surf pounding the cold shores, the Pacific Northwest makes a suitable backdrop for music like Agalloch, Emperor, and Burzum, Bluthaus Nord, Watain, Dödheimsgard, Uada. Uada is where I think I will end this video. Uada seems to be pretty universally considered to have pagan themes, but why? Reading lyrics and interviews, I can't find any concrete reasoning for this. And yet, I feel this is an appropriate addition to my pagan black metal videos. I believe this has a lot to do with that intrinsic link between nature and pagan spirituality. Reading Jake... Okay, I don't know how to pronounce his name either. I'm gonna go with Superchi? If anybody knows how to pronounce the guy from Wada's last name, Jake, then please spell it out for me in the comments, because I do not understand his name. Reading Jake Superchi's, I'm just gonna call him Jake. You know what? I'm just gonna call him Jake. Reading Jake from Wada's interviews felt a lot like reading John Haughm again. Maybe John Haughm in a good mood. And I feel strongly that it is not impossible that Jake, being from Washington State and Haughm from Oregon, they have a similar relationship with their surroundings. Jake from Wada speaks just as fondly of his environment as Haughm does. There's a reason for that Cascadian sound. So I wanted to include Wada, as I feel the nature element and stewardship of the land are just as valuable as the anti-Christian elements are in Scandinavia. And, in fact, Christian fundamentalism in the United States is some of the most terrifying and oppressive variations on Abrahamic religions that exist in the West. So that's where my script ends, but I feel like I have to have a closing statement, and I guess my closing statement is, wow, okay, maybe that's why I didn't put a closing statement in here. I don't know, Pacific Northwest, very similar to Norway, but with more fir trees and better salmon. The end.